Good morning, everyone. My name is LIXINYU from the fall 2024 intake of the Master of Business Analytics program. I'm grateful to be supervised by Dr. Shabir, whose continuous guidance and academic rigor have been invaluable throughout this research. Today, I will present my series titled Carbon Emission Data Analysis and Optimization in Automotive Manufacturing. This paper is made up of 5 parts. Chapter 1 is Introduction. Chapter 2 is Literature Review. Chapter 3 is Methodology. Chapter 4 is Result and Discussion. Chapter 5 is Conclusion and Recommendation. Let's begin with Chapter 1, Introduction. Climate change is not only a political issue, it's a data and industry issue. The automotive industry is a major contributor to carbon dioxide emissions, especially in countries like China, Japan, and Germany. This study focuses on Toyota, BYD, and Volkswagen, aiming to use real emission and energy data to identify key emission stages and propose optimization strategies. This study investigates carbon emissions across different stages of vehicle manufacturing and process data-driven solutions for reduction. Why it is important? Because most environmental social governance reports only provide total emissions, hiding which specific process cause the most harm. This study provides process-level insights, a forecasting framework, and practical guidance for manufacturers and policymakers. There are 4 crucial research questions. The number 1 is what are the key drivers of carbon emissions in automotive manufacturing? The second is how can process-level data identify high-emission stages? The third is what barriers limit process-level emission reduction effort? The final is how can data-driven models improve emission forecast and planning? The main problem is the lack of detailed thread-specific emission data. Current environmental, social, and government reports only report total emissions per factor or year, but not which production stages are the primary emitters. The result in blind spots in nation policy development underestimation of energy-intensive processes, such as painting and welding. Many low-carbon projects do not succeed because valuable data lacks sufficient detail. Based on this study addresses that gap with clear, actionable data insights. This research has 5 major goals. The first is build a standardized dataset and identify emission hotspots, analyze energy emission relationship, forecast emission trends, and the final is formulate data-driven strategies. Okay, let's look at the chapter 2. It's a literature review. This study is supported by 3 research areas. The first is the life cycle assessment. While widely used, it often oversimplifies the emissions. For instance, data in 2022 shows that planting and welding are often underestimated. The second is process-level data. According to Angela and others, this graded energy data is essential for targeted decarbonization. The third is predictive modeling. Zhang and Liu suggest that combining historical energy data with models such as autoregressive integrating moving average or long-term and short-term memory can improve emissions planning. This study contributes by planning this approach to real process-level data. This is a quantitative case study based on 3 companies, Toyota, BYD, and Volkswagen. Data sources include environmental social government reports, academic research databases, and industry publications from 2018 to 2023. The variables analyzed direct and indirect emissions, electricity and gas usage, and production volume by process stage. Steps for data processing are missing value imputation, outlier deduction, data normalization, and growth rate computation. Tools use Python with libraries such as Pandas, Scikit, and Steam models. Microsoft exercise for initial validation. All code and process are archived in the independence. There are 4 analytical methods to use. The first is descriptive statistics to understand trends and outliers. The k-means classifier to classify stages into high, middle, and low emission intensity. Multiply linear regression to determine the impact of electricity, gas, and volume on emissions. Let's continue to look at the results. Descriptive results show that painting and whiting are the highest emission stages. Painting average of 1,583 tons of carbon dioxide per year, whiting around 1,300 tons per year. Together, they contribute over 50% of total emissions. So, future reductions will require transformative strategies like process redesign and smart technologies. The regression model is this, with an R-squared of 0.919, indicating a strong model fit. Electricity usage is the strongest contributor to emissions, followed by gas and product scales. K-means clustering confirms that both fall into the high-emission category, like painting and whiting. Look at this picture. The left is historical data from 2018 to 2023. The right is forecasted data from 2024 to 2027. Using the aggressive integrated moving average model, forecast shows Toyota and Volkswagen emissions are expected to decline. BYD requires stronger strategies to meet carbon reduction targets. The final chapter is Chapter 5, Conclusion and Future Work. There are some conclusions. Painting and whiting are the top emission sources. Process level analysis is more effective than overall factory data. Electricity is the most influential factor in emission levels. Then here are some recommendations. Invest in energy-efficient equipment, like low-heat Korean ovens, using smart energy monitoring systems powered by the Internet of Things. Adopt revenue energy through power agreements or on-site generation. This study stands out for using multiple analytical methods, along with actual environmental social governance data, which strengthens the credibility of the findings. However, its focus on 3 major forms limits the broader application across the global automotive industry. The lack of real-time optional data suggests future research should explore dynamic and high-frequency missing metrics for deeper insight. Future research the first is expansion of dataset, integration of dynamic variables, cost and benefit analysis of emission reduction, analyze policy impact on emissions, and the compare across industry and countries. Finally, I would like to express my gratitude to my supervisor, Dr. Shabir, for his patient guidance and valuable advice throughout this research. I'm also grateful to all the teachers, classmates, friends, and my family for their support and encouragement. Hope my life stays set, heading towards great ideas. That concludes my presentation. Thank you for your listening.